On July 8, 2025, the Philippines summoned Chinese Ambassador Huang Xilian to the Department of Foreign Affairs, a clear sign of diplomatic protest. This wasn't a casual meeting. It was a direct response to China's decision to ban former Senator Francis Tolentino from entering China, Hong Kong, and Macau. For the Philippines, this was more than a travel ban. It was an attack on a public official and, by extension, the nation's dignity. Secretary Teresa Lazaro led the protest, making it clear to Ambassador Huang that China's move was unacceptable. The meeting marked a new low in already tense relations, especially under President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. The root of the tension? Ongoing disputes over the South China Sea, where both countries claim overlapping territories. This latest incident showed how personal and intense the diplomatic rift had become. The Philippines' message was simple. It would not tolerate what it saw as unfair punishment of its officials. The event was another chapter in a long saga of disputes, now shifting from maritime clashes to direct actions against individuals. The world watched as the Philippines stood up to China, signaling that the stakes in their relationship had just gotten higher. The fragile ties between the two nations were now more exposed than ever. This was no longer just about territory. It was about national pride and the right to defend one's own. Francis Tolentino, the man at the center of this storm, is a former Filipino senator known for his tough stance on maritime issues. He authored key laws, the Philippine Maritime Zones Act and the Archipelagic Sea Lanes Act, defining the country's territory in the South China Sea. These laws, signed in 2024, directly challenged China's sweeping claims. Tolentino was also outspoken, accusing China of spreading disinformation and interfering in Philippine affairs. He even led Senate investigations into alleged Chinese spying and election meddling. His actions made him a target for Beijing, which saw him as a threat to its interests. By pushing for legal and public challenges, Tolentino became a symbol of Philippine resistance. China's sanction against him was a direct response to his relentless advocacy. From China's perspective, sanctioning Tolentino was about defending its national interests. Beijing accused him of egregious conduct, claiming his laws and statements were designed to undermine China's sovereignty. The Maritime Zones Act, based on a 2016 tribunal ruling, was seen as a provocation. China also bristled at Tolentino's public accusations of troll farms and election interference, calling them slanderous. The ban was meant as a warning, challenge China's core interests, and there will be consequences. For Beijing, this was about reciprocity and self-defense. The message was clear. China would not tolerate what it saw as hostile acts from foreign officials. The Philippines condemned China's move, calling it an attack on democratic principles. Officials argued that punishing a lawmaker for doing his job violated international norms and freedom of expression. In a democracy, lawmakers must be free to speak and legislate without fear of foreign reprisal. The laws Tolentino authored were based on international rulings, not personal vendettas. Manila saw the sanction as an attempt to silence critics and intimidate Filipino officials. The government's protest was about defending not just Tolentino, but the right of all leaders to serve without fear. If left unchallenged, such actions could chill future efforts to defend Philippine interests. The formal protest was a stand for sovereignty and the rule of law. This diplomatic clash is just one episode in the larger South China Sea dispute. The sea is rich in resources and vital for trade, making it a flashpoint for regional power struggles. China claims almost the entire area, while the Philippines relies on international law to assert its rights. Tensions have led to confrontations at sea, pushing Manila to strengthen ties with allies like the United States. The 2016 tribunal ruling was a legal win for the Philippines, but China has ignored it, building islands and expanding its presence. Tolentino's laws were Manila's way of cementing its claims, prompting Beijing's harsh response. The sanction against Tolentino is more than a travel ban. It's a symbol of the ongoing battle for sovereignty. For the Philippines, this is about defending its future and its people's rights. The stakes in the South China Sea remain high, and every diplomatic move echoes far beyond its shores.